What's up, y'all? Welcome back to More Cake Yes Mom Badass Edible Art. I'm your girl Jelena, and today I'm going to be answering your questions. Yeah, I'm going to answer your questions, but I'm also going to do a little bit of a story time so that way it's not just me answering questions on this. I sent out a post on my Instagram stories, said, ask me your business questions. So you guys sent some questions in. So I'm really excited. We have some actual really good questions. Sometimes I get like good questions, but it's kind of like, come on guys, challenge me a little bit. Make me think. Okay, let's get started. Let me stop playing with you. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. I don't know, I think I had a lot of sugar. I'm really like, ugh. One question I got said, do you sign cake contracts based on price of the cake or for every cake you sell? That's a very good question. Thank you for asking that. I don't know who asked me. I have no idea who asked me this question, but thank you for asking me that. Okay, so I do cake contracts, yes, based on the price, but every cake gets a PayPal invoice. I use PayPal, and I have my invoice set up, and on my invoice has my terms and conditions. My contract has the same but longer terms and conditions, and usually I use my cake contract for my wedding cakes. So if you guys could check out that video, I'll link it up here somewhere. Okay, and that was a Tip Tuesday I did where I talked about my cake contract and some of the things that are in it. If you guys want to know more specifics, check out my Pricing with Confidence class that I'll be teaching in January. It will be the only time I will be teaching that class in person next year. So it's just I have so many things going on, so many. But I'll divulge to you guys in another video, and I keep telling you guys that, and I haven't done it yet, so just bear with me. But yeah, so I will do, so yeah, you can find out more information on my cake contract in my Tip Tuesday video, or if you want to get more specific and know exactly what's in it, sign up for my cake pricing class in January here in Georgia. Anyways, the reason why I only have my cake contract for the higher priced cakes is because basically it's a higher priced cake, and you want to have, you know, all the assurances on it. When it's a, you know, $400, $300 cake, at the end of the day, just pay this PayPal invoice. In the terms and conditions, it says everything that needs to be there. Not everybody does cake contracts, you know, and not everybody does just invoices. Some people do both. Some people just do one or the other, and there's a lot of you out there who do neither one of them. And the contract is not about assuring the customer they get what they want. It's not about them. It's assuring that you are protected and that you have everything right here. It's written down right here. You've dotted the I, you've signed, they've signed, they see that, hey, here's your copy, here's my copy. They have no, at the end of the day, they can't say that they didn't know because they have it written and they've signed that contract, or they have it in their email via online contract. So it's really important for you to have some sort of terms and conditions for your customers, whether it be on your cake contract or whether it be on your invoice or whether it even be on your website when they're placing their order. Because I'm not, you know, there's all different types of businesses out there that watch my business. I don't know if you guys could be like an online bakery or whatever. You just want to have very specific terms and conditions, be as specific as possible. Moving on. How do you stay so positive while working? How do I stay so positive? Yeah, good question. So, okay, truth be told, full disclosure, just gonna be 1000% honest with you guys. Like, maybe 30%, 40% of the time, I'm not gonna say 50%, that's not accurate, but 30 to 40% of the time, I am, okay, no. Like 60% of the time, I am mentally exhausted, okay? Just mentally exhausted and just like moving forward. And maybe like 20% of the time, I'm frantic and have anxiety stricken. So to stay as positive as I possibly can, because I really am a positive person as far as like, I always look at the glass being half full, not half empty. Like, it's moving up, it's not going down. I'm always looking at it that way. I always look in the best of people, no matter what you've done in your life, or if you've done things to me. I always think at some point in life, I have to realize that we're all human, we all make mistakes, and I have no ill will towards anybody. I mean, yeah, there's a couple people out there I could cuss out, but is it really gonna solve anything? And I have really bad days and I have really, really good days. You know, some days I won't do any work. Some days I'll do like 1,000 things at once. You know, sometimes you just have to find a focus and keep to that focus. You know what I mean? Like, my focus for me is I have a set of goals. And it has nothing to do with like being a mom and my children, because they drive me through life. Like, they put a fire into my ass about life. But when it comes to my business, right, because we're just gonna talk business, I have to look at a goal. And sometimes I think of this goal not knowing that actually it's going to be greater than what I'm even thinking of by the time I get to it. But I see this goal and I go, who else is going to do this for you, right? Like, if I'm not doing it, then who's going to do it for me? At what point am I going to get my ass up and actually get to work? You know what I mean? So what keeps me so positive is the fact that I know by taking one step forward or even half a step forward, I'm even that much closer to that goal. And sometimes people can't relate to that. Not a lot of people can, but it's that horrible saying that the world will not stop just because I'm having a bad day, right? So I have to be positive, because I have to think that there are better circumstances, better situations, better people out there wanting the same thing I want, is to reach their goal, and that we all embark on this journey together, and we all embrace each other when we get to that finish line, and we all are like, I thought I would never make it, but I'm glad I did, and I'm glad I see you there too. Like, that is what it is. You know, like, that embracing of celebrating that you've done it. So I just have to keep going. And while I do it, yeah, I'll be miserable. I mean, I'm not faking my happiness. Like, even right now, I'm telling you right now, like, it's the middle of the night and I'm like, ugh, I'm wired. I don't know why. You know, I don't fake my happiness. Like, if you guys see me in videos and my hair is like half to the side and sloppy, that's just what I am. You guys see my kids in the video and I'm getting frustrated, that's just what it is. Like, I'm not faking that for anybody. So at the end of the day, I think the best way you could possibly, it's just like the longest answer ever. The best way that you could remain positive is just remain honest with yourself. And then you'll know exactly who you are, what you are, and where you are as far as like mentally. And then, you know, you just make a choice. Decide to be happy. And that's what I decide. What a good question. Thank you. Rolling on to the next question. How did you promote your business to get consistent clientele? Okay, so back in the day when I used to do cake orders, child, I don't even think we're going to do a story time because these answers are so long. Back in the day when I used to do orders like all the time, it was just a process of like putting yourself out there. Everybody now relates on like their phone to tell everybody and tell the world that, hey, I'm doing cakes. Hey, I'm selling cupcakes. Hey, this, and then they think because they posted it online that the world is just gonna flock to this one place and come and buy from them. That's not how that works. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. And it sucks because millennials will never really understand what it's like to advertise yourself in person. And that is still a big thing. That is a huge, major thing. In person. Customer service. Like, I can't, the amount of bakers I come across who are like, oh, well, I don't want to, I mean, I'm afraid, I don't want to tell them. What the fuck are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? Just, no one's telling you to be somebody you're not. We're just, what we're saying is just get up and go to work. And in order to do your job, you have to get clients. And in order to get clients, you have to tell people what you do. And how's anybody gonna know what you do if you don't tell them? So the way I was able to get consistent clientele back when I used to do cake orders is I was out there all the time. I would introduce myself to people randomly. Real random, child. Real random. I just like, I am a pretty like, don't talk to me. No, we not cool. Don't talk to me. But I see this goal and I'm like, hey, what's up? Hi, my name is Jelena. What's going on? I do cakes. If you wanted to know that, or if anybody you know that wants to order cakes, so here's my card. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. You have a good day. No, you have a good day. You know, like I'm just like, I don't know. I'm very animated when it comes to that. So at the end of the day, I would say the best thing that you could do to put your business out there and get consistent clientele is put yourself out there and start telling people in person what you do. When you put yourself out there, they tend to remember you more. You know, like sometimes it's, this don't got all the answers, boo. You got the answers. You gotta use your mouth. All right, y'all stop typing away going, oh, I'm doing a cake sale, come support me, and no one shows up. You wanna know why? Because you didn't even tell your local, the people in your neighborhood where you selling this shit at. The people in your neighborhood don't follow you on Instagram. My gosh, it drives me nuts. You guys drive me nuts, I swear to God. Do you offer classes? Yes, I do. Check my website. How long have you been baking? It's been 14 years. What do you do if someone criticizes your cakes negatively, words, I can speak, after buying one from you? Okay, so it's not an ideal situation to do a cake order, put your blood, sweat, and tears in it, and receive negative feedback from a client. That is by far the worst, because at the end of the day, the feedback and the photos are what going to attract the next customer, right? So you want to make sure that you get good feedback, and you want to make sure that the photos are good. And when you get bad feedback, it's like, oh, my world has ended. Now let me tell you something. I used to run an Etsy shop. You know, I'm sure you guys have heard me say that 1,000 freaking times. I used to run an Etsy shop for 3 years, and I made custom fondant cake toppers and cupcake toppers, and I shipped them all around the world. Now, and you know, people could always put feedback and stuff like that, which was fine. I've never gotten, if I remember correctly, in the 3 years, I think I had one bad comment, and a guy wrote something, but I can't quite remember what that situation was. But that's here and there. Great, here's a great story. Okay, so I did this order. I told this once before, like a long time ago. I did this order for a client. She had emailed me, and I lived in Fort Lauderdale. She lived in Fort Lauderdale, maybe 10 minutes away from my apartment. She had placed an order for Barney cupcake toppers and a Barney cake topper. No, she just placed an order for a Barney cake toppers, right? And she sent me pictures, and she's like, I want this topper. Lies. Let's rewind this. So what happened was that she hit me up and said, hey, my daughter's birthday is coming up in this following weekend. You know, because us moms tend to forget when we birthed our children and always seem to remember last minute. But she hit me up, and she basically told me how she wanted to place this order, and I said, you know, yeah, okay, great, but it's going to be a rush order because I'm going to literally have to stop doing all the work I'm doing now to rush to do your order. So that's going to be a fee. And she was like, oh, and I said, and then you're going to want to pay rush shipping for this. So you can get it. And she was like, well, can't I just pick it up from you? And I was like, no. Can't we just meet up? Let me tell you something. I don't care whatever story you're trying to tell me, because she told me an elaborate story, which I'm going to tell you guys in a minute. But at the end of the day, I don't know you. You don't even know me. You don't know if I'm an axe murderer, and I definitely don't know if you're an axe murderer. And I was trying to survive. So I don't do all that, like, we gonna meet each other so I could deliver a cake. This cake order is not that serious for me, this cake topper order. So you either gonna pay for this FedEx rush shipping, or you're just gonna get it in regular mail in 5 to 7 business days. And she needed it to be rushed. So she was like, okay, okay, you're right, I'll just pay for the rush shipping. So the story she told me was, and I'm not saying she was lying, I'm just saying I don't know the truth. She hit me up and she was like, so my daughter is, I can't remember, it was a long time ago, but she was like, my daughter has cancer and she's been in the hospital for months on end, and we really wanted to do something special for her birthday, and so that's why I'm coming to you last minute. And I said, I'm so sorry. I'd love to help, of course. This is going to be a rush order. You have to pay the rush fee. So that's when I said it to her. Now, some of you are thinking like, oh, Jelena, girl, you could have met with her. You could have hooked her up with a discount or something. You didn't have to charge her all this money. Let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something before y'all try to tell me how to run my business. When bad things happen to people, for me to allow that to affect my life, if I did that every time, I would not make money. And I'm not saying I'm not sympathetic towards their situation. I am so sympathetic. But when it comes to running my business, I can't afford to, if I could afford to give things away for free, I would. I give things away all the time. But I can't afford to give everybody everything for free, okay? I cannot do that. I'm sorry, I haven't gotten that lucky yet. When I do, I'll just give you guys everything for free. So in this situation, I couldn't afford to rush this order to her. I wasn't going to jeopardize my safety because somebody online told me something. That wasn't gonna happen. So anyways, I make these toppers. I think I made 3 toppers. Really cute. One was Barney, and he had a hat on, like a birthday pointed hat, and I think he was holding like a balloon. And then the other one was Baby Bop, or his sister. I can't remember. I think it was just 2. It was Barney and his little sister. Baby, whatever the hell her name is. And she was there, and she was holding a balloon, so they were all holding balloons. It was really cute. And the photo she had sent me was Barney toppers, but they had if y'all, and some of y'all may not even know who Barney is. Barney is a dinosaur who I imagining is a TV show. The toppers she sent me, they were kind of like all raggedy looking, and they had like fuzz and hair in them. So I was like, ooh, okay. But I mean, I see what she's trying to show me, but this person who made these toppers is not good. So, but I don't like to copy people's work, so I made my own type of toppers. They were sitting down, and he was holding his balloon, and then Baby Bop was holding her balloons. It was really cute. They looked perfect. I packaged them up. I went to go deliver them. Mind you, I only had 3 days to do this. So 1 day to make the toppers. Okay, she needed them this day. 1 day to make the toppers. They had to sit out all day to dry. I can't ship toppers that are soft or they just fall apart. This day to ship it out, okay? And this day for her to receive them. And this is the day she was gonna receive them. And then this, the 4th day, was the day of the party. So she said, well, and she just kept hitting me up, oh, you sure we can't meet? And I just kept writing, no, I've shipped your toppers. They're gone. Bye. They're gone. Here's your postal code. I've shipped them. That day it was really rainy. If I remember correctly, it was like in August, October. That's around the time we have hurricanes. It was really rainy, horrible mess outside. And so she goes, she kept hitting me up all day, asking me like, hey, is the order shipped? And I'm like, yeah, I've shipped your order. I've given you the number already. Well, it's not saying it's gone anywhere. Sweetie, I just dropped it off. Like, I don't know what to tell you. And in my policies, it was clearly written that once an order is out of my hands and given to this postal service, whichever company it may be, UPS, Post Office, FedEx, that it is out of my hands. I can't do anything for you. I can't help you. And so, you know, at that point, it's now your responsibility to figure that situation out. But the amount of times I had to deal with the post office, they're the worst, okay? United States Postal Service, you guys suck. Suck. Your 1-800 number. And a lot of your people who work in the building, you guys suck. So I'm trying to make a long story short, but I can't. So I had so whatever, I'm in the house, I'm doing other orders, whatever. And then all of a sudden she writes me a message saying, I don't really feel like we're gonna get these on time. I want the toppers now and all this. You really should have just met up with me. I don't really understand this. And I said to her, listen, you have the number here. I mean, I dropped it off. You're more than welcome to stop, like, do whatever you want. This is your order. So she hits up, I can't remember who I used, FedEx, UPS. She hits them up and she tells them to stop shipment on it because she wanted to go to the facility and pick it up. But the problem is, what she didn't understand is that these were on the truck on their way for delivery. So when she stopped shipment, what happens is when the truck goes to drop them off for delivery, my back, sorry. When the truck goes to drop them off for delivery and he scans that package and it says no delivery, stop shipment, what he does is he has to finish his route. And then when he comes back to the post office or wherever he came from, he has to then drop those packages back off at the post office. And then someone there is going to have to scan it saying, we received this package. It was a stop shipment. Now it's being held. So she hits me up and she's like, where's my package? And I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, I stopped shipment on it. Why the fuck would you do that? Why? And she's just like, well, because I wanted to go pick up the package. I don't know where your package is, sweetie. I've dropped it off. You've now, I don't know. So, I don't know. That day, I was like, I can't help you. So, later on that evening, so I guess somehow she went into the post office or wherever and she threw a fit and all this shit. I don't even know. Oh, and then I remember it was about to be about 5. The evening was ending. If she would have just left it alone, the package would have delivered that evening. Because, oh, I remember, I think it was UPS, and UPS still delivers usually up until 9 o'clock at night. I don't know why she would do that. Lady, if you're out there, what's wrong with you? Yeah, I just didn't get it. I didn't understand it. It was confusing. So anyways, the next day, I get a rude email. She's highly upset. She got the package and she doesn't like the toppers. She said the color green on Baby Bop was really ugly. I'm like, sweetie, that's the color of Baby Bop. Like, Baby Bop is like this dark green color. She's not like this vibrant lime green. I don't know what to tell you. And, oh, I think I had BJ there, which was like the cousin dinosaur or something like that. And he's like a yellow or whatever. And she's like, I don't like this one either. I was like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to tell you right now, they were by far one of my favorite toppers. And I said, are you being serious? Like, she was saying things that just seemed outrageous. She was just like, oh, Baby Bop, the color Baby Bop looks like poop. And I was like, what? I'm sorry to tell you this, but Baby Bop does look like poop, her color. So I don't know. Okay, what's the next thing you want to tell me? I didn't know what she was trying to say. But then she filed a disclaimer with PayPal of grievance and she wanted to get her money back. So PayPal took the money out of my account, put it on hold, and I had like 14 days to prove that I did nothing wrong. And so she said, in her post, she was saying that she didn't receive the product. That's what she was saying. But I had all my receipts, boo. And all the messages. And thank God, when I read PayPal's policies, because I never read them before, I mean, who does? When I read their policies, in fine print, it says, by law, of PayPal, you are not allowed to hand deliver your services. If you hand deliver, then that's automatic foul on you and the money will be returned. There has to be some sort of federal, united, whatever, postal code. You know, when you go to look up a shipment code or whatever, you have to have that. And if you don't have that, then that's an automatic fail on you. And I just kept thinking to myself, is that why she kept trying to get me to deliver this myself? Because she was trying to play me. Like, she was trying to play me, so that way she would have filed the grievance with PayPal anyways and got her money back. Child, PayPal didn't give her money. I don't know what PayPal did with her, but they gave me my money back. Okay? So, that's a little story of a time that a customer was unhappy with my situation. And what I did with it is I thought to myself, damn, this sucked. I was really pissed off. I was really excited for those toppers. I thought I did a really good job. I'm pretty good judge of character when I can look at something I've done and go, oh shit, this looks like a mess. Or this looks really good. It looked really good. Unfortunately, she was just miserable from the beginning. I don't know what her situation was. She was not happy. And at the end of the day, she didn't leave a review on my page, on my Etsy page, but just getting the feedback from me to me was, you know, her review enough. At the end of the day, all I did was learn from that situation. That's what happens. So when you receive bad feedback, you have to just learn from that situation. The best thing you could do is just have customer service. Apologize to the customer, not because you're wrong, and you want to make that very clear. I apologize that you are unhappy with this order, but unfortunately, this is the item that you're receiving. Or maybe next time I can actually help you out. There's another story, but that's a long story, maybe for another day. But maybe next time I can give you some sort of 10% off discount on your order. You don't really give them a 10% off discount. But I can't teach you guys this. Y'all got to take my pricing class, and then I can teach it to you. But anyways, maybe next time I can give you a 10% off discount, and on your next order, you want to try to make your client happy, but not at the extent of your integrity and the actual truth of the situation. So if you have a really messy ass client, ma'am, I'm sorry you're unhappy. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do for you. Or you can really approach it in a situation and say, ma'am, I would love to help you out and make things better for you. You really just want to have good customer service at the end of the day. Treat somebody the way you would want to be treated in that situation. What can you do for them? But at the end of the day, if you can't give back some money because you spent it making their shit that they've eaten already, if it's gone, if the cake is gone, because that's happened to me before too, you gotta let them know, can you cough up that cake? And maybe I could cough up some of your money. No? No? Okay then. Then I don't think you're gonna get your money back. So again, just practice customer service, and that's the best advice I could possibly give you. And just, get up the next day, keep trucking, because people aren't gonna always love you. That's the truth of it. Anyways, thanks so much for joining me for another video. I was gonna say tutorial, but this isn't a tutorial. This is just a Q&A, and I told like a long ass story. So I appreciate you, and maybe I'll do this again. So make sure you follow me on Instagram at Jelena Simpson, and keep checking my Insta stories. Check out all my posts. Oh, check out our podcast with my best friend. It's me and my best friend, and we got a podcast, and we talk about every and anything. It's called Not Your Mama, and we're pretty funny. I mean, we're fun people. We're hilarious. No, anyways, so check us out. I'll link that down below too. You can find us on really all major platforms for podcasts. And we do one podcast a week. Break it down, break it down, break it down, break it down. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Okay, I'm gonna go take a picture so the world can see me, and then I'm gonna go to bed.